Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of the Prof C Office Hour. Today, I'd like to cover what are degree maps and why are they important, how to read the FTVM schedule on the school's website, and discuss our new certificates and how you may only be one or two classes away from completing those certificates. So, let's talk about those degree maps. Few years ago, all the departments on campus went through their degrees and created maps for students to use as a reference when they were setting up your ed plan. Your ed plan, meaning yours as students, right? The purpose of these maps is to provide you as a student with a basic example of how your schedule at Valley could be set up. Again, these are examples. This isn't the hard line ed plan, right? You should know they are there so when you set up your education plan, you have the best information in front of you. Most of them are set up for full-time student, but if you come talk to me, I have some examples of how we set them up if you're part-time, as I know some of you work a lot and are going to school a lot. Or some of you might start classes in the spring and not the fall, so that could throw off the timing of those maps as you look at them on the website. For our department, what we want you to know is what prerequisites, that's a mouthful, are required for each of our 200 level courses and what sequence might be the best to take those courses. Let's take a look. Once you get to the FTVM webpage, go to where the degrees and certificates are listed. You have to scroll a bit down. Once there, you can click on any of these. We have a lot here. In a nutshell, though, you should know that we have 4 degrees: an AA in film, an AA in TV, and an AA in audio, and an AST in film, TV, and electronic media. I know you're asking yourself, what does the AST mean? Well, in short, it is an associate's degree, but when you transfer to a Cal State, it basically lets you start as a junior without having to do any extra classes. However, that depends on which Cal State you transfer to. For instance, if you, like so many of our other students who recently transferred to CSUN, you'll find that you might need a couple more classes not listed on that AST. So let's look at what option you could be on to get those classes done to transfer to CSUN and get your AST. So here's the map for the AA in film and what it looks like. So not only does it outline what you need for that associates in film, but we added the classes that you'll need for the AST. So theoretically, in 2 years at Valley, you could leave with 2 degrees and you'll be under 70 units, which is really important. The reason I'm showing you this is this path, again, offers you just about what you need to get into CSUN's film program as a junior. The only thing missing right now is our film photography class, which will launch as of fall 2026. So if you started this year with us, you're in great shape. The map also shows you what GE classes to take and which ones we as a department recommend for you. So in a nutshell, as you see there, the map shows you the major classes as an FTVM student and your GE courses. Be sure to review this and have this handy when setting up an education plan and when you're scheduling your classes. Now to go to another topic that's come up, our schedule. Since COVID, it's a little bit different than how it used to be. What we tried to do was to eliminate the need for 2 days a week for certain classes, basically our lecture lab classes. So we split the lecture into 2 parts, one face to face and the other online. So it makes it a hybrid class. So it'll be like 1 hour or so online and 1 hour basically face to face. Then after that face to face is over, you go right into your lab time on that specific class. So for example, we'll take a look at acting and directing class, which I teach on Mondays. As you see here, at the top is the face-to-face lecture hour, 12:45 to 1:35. Then it goes to the online lecture times. These online lecture hours are done 100% via Canvas. But then it goes back to, as you see here, the lab hours, which start the same day. So once you finish that hour with me, then we go right into lab hours that same day. I guess where the confusion can be is if you don't see the face to face section or look past the online lecture hour, you might assume the online part is your lab. If you have any questions as to when your courses meet and in what way, always reach out to the assigned faculty or check with our division office. Their website is right here. All right. Lastly, we have two new certificates you should know about: digital marketing and social media production. In most cases, as a major, you've probably completed most of the courses that make up most of our certificates. And these two new certificates are no different. What's really cool about these is that they are interdisciplinary, meaning not only do you have classes from FTVM, but also in this case, the art department and our communication studies department. Let's take a look at digital marketing. Of course, you may not follow in this order as it's set out on this map, but as you can see here, you may again already have these some of these courses, or you're set to take them per your ed plan. There's a couple outliers on this program, which are Art 161, Digital Photography, and Communications 136, which is an intro to public relations. Look for Comms 136 coming to the schedule either in the spring or summer. But digital photography is offered year round, as are most of the FTVM courses. Let's take a look at the social media production. A few things to note here. One is these certificates stack, meaning you need to do digital marketing courses before completing social media. For instance, FTVM 114, which is editing 1, is a prerequisite to FTVM 215, which is editing 2. But you'll notice the overlap between the two programs, which is good for you as the student. Again, you may not even realize how close you are to completing these. If these look like something you're interested in, make an appointment to update your ed plan and get these on your schedule moving forward. Well, that's it for this week. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me those by Friday of each week so we can answer them here. Take care, go Valley, and Valley up.